Welcome back and thank you for joining me for Twisted Movie Trivia Part 8. In this challenge, we're going to go all the way back to the great classic movies of the 1930s and 40s. In today's Twisted Challenge, there will be 20 questions. The first 8 questions will have just one actor in each clue. The rest will have 2 actors in each. Remember, in these Twisted Challenges, you will need to know the actors who played the characters in the question. Then you will need to figure out from the clue what movie that actor or those actors were in. And just as before, there is no time limit, so pause after each question. Take your time. Are you ready to see if you are a true movie maniac? Let's see how you do with the films of the 1930s and 40s. Good luck and have fun. Question 1. This man of 1,000 faces faces the heat as a cold-blooded gangster who wants to be on top of the world in this 1949 film noir crime drama. Answer: James Cagney, who was Lon Chaney in The Man of 1,000 Faces, stars in White Heat. Question 2. Scarface, 1932, struggles to clear his name and suffers the intolerable conditions at a southern prison in this 1932 tragic crime film. Answer: Paul Muni, who is Scarface, stars in I Am a Fugitive from a Chain Gang. Question 3. Dr. Ehrlich lives by the bullet and dies by the bullet as a small-time criminal who rises to power in Chicago's organized crime in this 1931 gangster film. Answer: Edward G. Robinson, who is Dr. Ehrlich in Dr. Ehrlich's Magic Bullet, stars in Little Caesar. Question 4. This little tramp wants to trample all over the world in this 1940 political satire on Nazism. Answer: Charlie Chaplin, the little tramp in numerous Charlie Chaplin films, stars in The Great Dictator. Question 5. George Bailey does not think life is so wonderful when he passes out from delivering a filibuster in court against government corruption in this 1939 political comedy drama. Answer: James Stewart, who is George Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life, stars in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Question 6. Young Mr. Lincoln joins his family on their western migration from the Dust Bowl to California, suffering the misfortunes of the homeless in the Great Depression in this 1940 drama. Answer: Henry Fonda, who is young Mr. Lincoln, stars in The Grapes of Wrath. Question 7. Miss Sadie Thompson is involved in a love triangle with her husband and former lover who has been hired to run her husband's casino in this 1946 film noir classic. Answer: Rita Hayworth, who is Miss Sadie Thompson, stars in Gilda. Question 8. Lily Mars feels like she's visiting a different planet when she awakens in a strange, colorful land after being knocked out by a tornado in this 1939 musical fantasy film. Answer: Judy Garland, who is Lily Mars in Presenting Lily Mars, stars in The Wizard of Oz. And now get ready for the 2 actor questions. Question 9. Thomas Edison, 1940, resents that his wife Tracy Lord is outshining him as a rival lawyer in a very public courtroom case in this 1949 romantic comedy. Answer: Spencer Tracy, who was Thomas Edison in Edison the Man, and Katharine Hepburn, who was Tracy Lord in the Philadelphia Story, star in Adam's Rib. Question 10. Fletcher Christian, 1935, doesn't give a damn about that Hamilton woman in this 1939 epic historical romance film. Answer: Clark Gable, who was Fletcher Christian in Mutiny on the Bounty, and Vivian Leigh, who was that Hamilton woman, star in Gone with the Wind. Question 11. This libeled lady is a rich wife who wants her man Godfrey to come out of retirement to solve a murder in this 1934 classic comedy mystery. Answer: Myrna Loy, who was the libeled lady, and William Powell, who was my man Godfrey, star in The Thin Man. Question 12. George M. Cohan yanks teeth and marries Maid Marian, a real dandy, who sticks by his side through very tough times in this 1941 romantic comedy. Answer: James Cagney, who was George M. Cohan in Yankee Doodle Dandy, and Olivia de Havilland, who was Maid Marian in Robin Hood, star in The Strawberry Blonde. Question 13. This pride of the Yankees is a very proud but penniless drifter who is recruited by Stella Dallas to impersonate a non-existent man of the people in this 1941 comedy drama. Answer: Gary Cooper, who was the pride of the Yankees, and Barbara Stanwyck, who was Stella Dallas, star in Meet John Doe. Question 14. Mr. Blandings wants to rebuild his dream relationship with Auntie Mame, his ace reporter ex-wife, in this 1940 screwball comedy. Answer: Cary Grant, who is Mr. Blandings in Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House, and Rosalind Russell, who was Auntie Mame, star in His Girl Friday. Question 15. Sherlock Holmes, 1938, cannot outwit Gentleman Jim and his band of merry men in this 1938 epic swashbuckler film. Answer: Basil Rathbone, who was Sherlock Holmes in The Hound of the Baskervilles, and Errol Flynn, who was Gentleman Jim, star in The Adventures of Robin Hood. Question 16. Fred C. Dobbs digs up a lot of emotional pain when past lover Anastasia comes into his gin joint with her husband, who is trying to escape from the Nazis in this 1942 romantic drama. Answer: Humphrey Bogart, who was Fred C. Dobbs in The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, and Ingrid Bergman, who was Anastasia, star in Casablanca. Question 17. Rhett Butler is a rogue reporter who does give a damn about getting the big story on runaway heiress Cleopatra, 1934, in this 1934 romantic comedy. Answer: Clark Gable, who was Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind, and Claudette Colbert, who was Cleopatra, star in It Happened One Night. Question 18. Klondike Annie ties the knot with the bank dick, but is really in love with a masked bandit in this 1940 comedy western? Answer: Mae West, who was Klondike Annie, and W.C. Fields, who was the Bank Dick, star in My Little Chickadee. Question 19. Demetrius the Gladiator gets his hair cut by this heavenly body and loses his strength in this 1949 epic romantic biblical drama. Answer: Victor Mature, who is Demetrius in Demetrius and the Gladiators, and Hedy Lamarr, who is the heavenly body, star in Samson and Delilah. And the last question. Question 20. These buck privates get yellow stripes down their backs after they deliver 2 crates to a wax museum that contain real monsters in this hilarious 1948 horror comedy. Answer: Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, who are the buck privates, star in Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Thank you so much for joining me for Twisted Movie Trivia Part 8, Films of the 1930s and 40s. I hope you had a lot of fun. I sure would appreciate it if you would tell your friends, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can find out when more Twisted Movie Trivia will be posted. And remember, coming soon, Twisted Movie Trivia Part 9. I hope to see you then.